Hello, this is Benny the Jet, does cars, and today I'm going to ruin all the audio. It looks like we're going to be doing some voice-overing. I screwed up pretty much all the audio in every shot, give or take maybe a few, by covering up the camera's microphone with a waterproof case, which I should have known better, and I think that I ought to get external audio in the future, but for now I'll just have to take the waterproof case off and try not to spill any more oil on the camera, which is why I put the case back on there in the first place. So mostly I'll just try to shut up and let you enjoy yourself while you watch me port an intake manifold for the Chevy 1.4L Ecotec. Here goes. Blah, blah, blah. I'm Benny Jet. I'm driving. Look at me talk. So, we're heading to the Junkyard for an OEM intake manifold for the 1.4L Ecotec so that we can port it. Vroom, 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 vroom. We got some simple green, that mean clean. We got some brushes, scrubbing. Got an intake manifold for porting. She's a dirty birdie. Ugh. And so something to remember before we go filling this thing with water and cleaners is this is an electronic bypass valve. We're gonna need that. So off to cleaning. Birds too. Splash, splish, splash, all outside together. Scrub, 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 scrub. I'm a brush. Look at that. Alright, so I accidentally filled this whole vacuum chamber full of water, and this is what we got coming out of there now. So maybe it's a good thing that I had to empty this thing out. So we're just taking these baffles that are in each runner, these little walls, you're just going to take them down to the outside edge. And I just kind of feathered it out, take a little bit at a time, don't get impatient. It is plastic, so it goes pretty quick. You know, if you put too much pressure on there, you can gouge it really easily. So yeah, so the throttle body's not so much to worry about. There isn't really any major restriction in there. I know some guys said they did it, but I chose not to bother. But then I went to the top here, and basically on the top of the port, the only thing I needed to clean up was just kind of like a casting edge, I guess, and then I just used some 800 grit sandpaper and, you know, kind of smoothed everything back out again. Called it good. I'm a Dremel. can be kind of tricky. You might need to spray some heat blaster or some sort of lubricant on there to break them free from the spindle. But this is how I do it. And I actually stripped the injector ground. I have to remove one of those E10 torques to even pull the fuel rail off first. But there is a bolt on the fuel rail. If you look, it's a 10mm bolt that holds the injector ground onto the fuel. I do recommend that unless you've got new injector O-rings on there, that you do replace those. They get pretty chewed up in there. The bypass valve solenoid has a harness. There's just a metal clip that holds it on. Squeeze the sides and pull it off. And I'm just going to use the throttle body gasket off of the old manifold, as well as the manifold gasket itself. They're both pretty new, only a few thousand miles on them from the last time I had it off, so I recommend that if you do this and you haven't had your intake manifold off before, that you do replace those gaskets. There's one on the intake manifold flange, and there's one on the throttle body as well. They're just green O-rings. If you're going to take an intake manifold off the Chevy Cruze, just be aware that the bolts for the Chevy Cruze on the intake manifold flange are different than they are on the Sonic. It's really just the bolt length. It's not really the thread pitch seems about the same and everything. It just seems like the length of the bolt is different, or the length of the thread is different, really. So I had finished setting it all up pretty much, and I got my PCV Fix Kit version 2 going here. Basically just a T with the check valve. It runs off of the clean side of the catch can back into the brake booster vacuum. So here's first startup. And you can't really hear it, but she's holding vacuum pretty well. feels a lot better. Hell yeah, this is one of my favorite things I think I've done so far. Alright, so that's it for the intake manifold, at least for now. So the PCV fix that I've got going right now seems to be doing okay. I just want to make sure that the check valve is not leaking boost or leaking vacuum. I felt some pretty decent gains in throttle response and, you know, overall kind of power. It's noticeably more capable of handling the higher boost that I'm pushing through the engine right now. But the thing about that is, though, that I believe porting the manifold I shouldn't be seeing those kinds of gains. I shouldn't feel that. It shouldn't feel that much different. And that leads me to think that my old manifold, I had another fix kit going with it, and I'm thinking that maybe I was losing vacuum with the old system. Don't take my word for it, though. I guess, you know, if you do your own research. There's plenty of people out there that have ported their intake manifolds on this engine specifically. Look into ChevySonicOwnersForum.com. Look into CruiseTalk.com. That's for the Chevy Cruise, which is there's a whole thread on the 1.4 liter as well. Yeah, it's a fun little mod. I think this is one of my favorite things that I've done to the car so far. You know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.